explosive map. And these big games as well, a lot on the line here. Both teams kind of been a little bit underwhelming, I would say. Fnatic was surprised in that victory on Cobble yesterday. It felt like they were getting crushed by North, and then they came back out of nowhere. You have to say Dennis looked fantastic. He's always good on Dust 2 as well, so that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, that the guys pointed out as well, Nico on Dust 2 can be something that's absolutely amazing. So let's get into it, shall we? The first game of the day, Fnatic versus mousesports. It will be mousesports on the CT side and Fnatic on the T side. 5 sets of armor, a couple of decoys there as well. Suggests something quite simple. Stick together. Most teams like to edge towards long, but it looks like maybe some sort of B split about to be coming in.
Yeah, Crimson Disco going to be going to evaluate long A, which does have a fast stack, a 3-man presence from mousesports. Not uncommon that you'll see a fast rush there, so fast defense to consider it. Nico will slowly back off, cover Cat, CT respectively. And I like what Duncan says about they are a different team on Dust 2. They mentioned Nico, who's going to be the second player. Well, Chris J very much loves to play the A side with the AWP.
Yes.
Which we know is very powerful. Quick decoy out mid. They wanted to go, but didn't.
We've talked about Fnatic and the AWPs as well. Can be an interesting topic, especially on Dust 2. The role's not really defined in terms of who's the main AWP, but that's defining. Nico takes the first shot, and what a scalp to take on the pistol round. Dennis goes down to open things up.
Check behind the door and then sit back through the slightest gap. Nico shows he's ready. He's fired 1 bullet in this game. He's got 1 kill.
That's the best player you can take down on a pistol round. Doesn't get much better.
It's true. Got a little bit of presence on Cat. Olaf wants to redress this. He wants to try and get Nico back if he can. He's the only one watching CT. This will force Dennis. Remember, there's 2 Dennises in this tournament. It's Dennis mousesports this time. But Nico, what is going on? He's got 3 headshots now. Shuts them down entirely. I was going to say the whole point of Olaf going back out middle is if they could take back CT, they could wrap to B quickly with 2 players still out toward long.
Disco's just out of that battle. He said, I'm not going to challenge Nico again. He's hitting absolutely everything right now. 3 headshots so far, 5 on 2. They're just going to try and walk it towards B. The problem is Speedy, back platform, great position for this as well. And he has the incendiary. They're going to have to push through this. It's going to fall apart for Fnatic shortly, but Disco does find a shot.
Does, but there's Nico again. He's got 4 in this pistol. Twist is sitting Speedy. He robs him of it before he can walk around the corner, but it doesn't matter in a major. Never mind, the ace get the win, and that's exactly what they do in the pistol.
This is why Dust 2 delivers. It's a high impact, high fragging map, and Nico displays an amazing amount of skill there. Let's look how crisp these headshots are. We normally talk about Dennis and his silent USP, but Nico certainly no slouch of it either. He comes in to retake the B site. The incendiary's been dropped. That is disgusting.
Look how close he is to get a good position too, and Speedy's like, no, I want 1.
Wow, well that was very impressive indeed. So Nico, of course, he's got to get the rifle out. They have got mainly SMGs though, and it's going to be a force fight from Fnatic overall. Disco dropping with the scouts, unable to do any early damage here, but Chris J, renowned as one of the absolute best scout players in the game, so he's going to be dangerous in this round as well. Look out for him. Nothing really given away so far, but the terrorist going to be holding up in a default, mainly focusing towards long by the looks of things. Maybe a retake coming in as Olaf shows some presence towards mid.
And they throw a quick Molotov out from Lowell, and Nico's throwing the box smoke that you throw from quick boost position and pushes Cat. So they smoke out long. He gets position on Cat, and doing so he's able to support and play a whole different position with that rifle. He finds his 5th kill. Good position from Dennis as well. Will shut down Olaf. Nico bought fully into this, so if this force buy had have won, it would have been massive win for Fnatic and costly for mousesports, but Nico shuts it down. Fast play again on Catwalk.
That was 5 people force buying as well for Fnatic. They don't get a single kill. mousesports running away with it. The scout very effective. Griche Monroe got all the kills, but he got like 3 tags in there. Made them very squishy for his teammates to actually take them down. Nico pushing off short, looking very confident. That is 1 player on the server. You don't want to let him get in his zone, and he's looking very crisp right now. 7 kills, Matt. 0 deaths. That's when you get super confident. You just feel godlike, and you get the. You want to take these duels. You want to be basing them and taking them down every single time. Of course, a fully now for Fnatic. Objective, get the bomb down. Haven't managed to do that yet. Haven't really had the chance to even get to a bomb site. Killed before they even get to any sort of the choke points there. So, Glocks, P250s, no nades. It looks like they're just going to run out mid doors. Hope to get a refrag, but 2 players waiting for them on the other side.
Go again. He's already up on the corner. He's going to have the call from Dennis, and they're trying to push out mid. Dennis with 3. As Nico sneaking up, and they're through the door. They'll finally get him, but the timing is there. They might not even need him because Speedy comes down from B, and they shut them down again once more. Inside a mid, bomb not planted for the 3rd time, and you're right, Fnatic's not gotten close enough to even plant one.
That's not the end of the world for mousesports. If you lose a couple of kills, but they upgrade to rifles, they would have potentially kept their SMGs and maybe the scouts as well. Now they're going to be upgrading. Presumably we're going to get to see the AWP. I think the scout has been redeemed, you know, so that's on the floor. but it's not going to be used. So Chris J has bought the AWP there. So up against
Chris
5
does like
AKs.
to stick with the scouting.
That's what I was expecting, considering they picked it up. I thought he was going to do that. But I guess it's the major. You want to make sure every single round counts. Don't take any risk at this point. And you're going to see 5 AKs for Fnatic. Not the best buy, though. You can see they haven't got the Molotov to work with. Didn't get the bomb down once in those first 3 rounds. Already any kills to speak of whatsoever. So there's a bit of a problem. So yes, they have the rifles and the head armor, but in terms of actual execution potential, it's a little bit weaker. So the smoke goes down towards Xbox, and they'll be going for some shortcuts here.
Another odd weapon note, as they do finally get onto Catwalk. Quick check inside the smoke. Is that Flusha for a while was using the USP in gun rounds in a bizarre fashion. Chris trying to Kenny S style shot, back wall, different angle, drop down and get away. And Nico used to like to carry that SMG quite frequently as well.
He's great with it. It's scary how some players are so good with that SMG, can actually use it like a rifle and just tap away with it. Godly sometimes.
Well, they've got cat presence finally. Do Fnatic. I would expect an isolation smoke. Chris J with his AWP, not playing on the ramp this time. It's toward Car. Double smoke out. Further they get, but that's just into crosshairs of Chris J as he covers off the quad. It's Olaf that wants to get around. Bomb dropped awkwardly in behind the barrels.
Wow.
And Chris with the dynamic rotation finds Twist as well at long. Nico comes back into the fold. Rotations are perfect from mousesports. And a complete obliteration as all 5 stay alive.
If we can, I want to see that kill from Chris's POV. I want to see, was that actually a jump shot from the blue bin there? It looked like he was jumping up. Maybe he's got the vision and did the quick peek. But let's see how he got these kills there. Chris J, obviously the main AWP now since Oscar departed from the team. And this is the shot I wanted to see.
It was Lowell behind that jump.
Right,
so
okay.
Chris walks out in front. It did look that way, you're dead right,
Yeah.
but...
So 5 players alive once again for mousesports. Fnatic, no one's really had a frag yet. I think we've got 3 frags total after 4 rounds. There we go. That's kind of interesting. No one really turning up at all. And this is a force buy by the looks of things coming in from Fnatic. We have got Dennis and all of Meister on the AKs. No, not all 5 players committing, of course. 3 of them have got deagles. It's an interesting tactic. If they win this round, they're in a fantastic position. It's a bit of a scary moment for them.
Crazy thing about that last round and not getting any kills either is that it was the first gun, so you'd expect skills to come in, and they had cat presence with 2 smokes out for execution and still got completely shut down.
Yeah, they really haven't arrived whatsoever. But remember, Matt, yesterday we saw this. They went down into a difficult position, but they brought themselves straight back into it on Cobble. So that's do a bit of a different beat. It comes down to raw individual skill most of the time. We haven't really seen that for Fnatic at all yet. Couple of AKs though. Dennis and Olaf Meister, the guys described on the desk. These 2 can be potentially some of the best fraggers in the game, but can they deliver in such an important round?
Good shot from Chris. Takes down Twist. An old Fnatic, classic Fnatic, dominant Fnatic roster. You used to see them in these situations all the time. You think back to Katowice in the best of 5 finals against Luminosity, and they were down 3-12 in 2 separate instances and used to be able to bring it back. You never used to rule them out. I'm not sure they still have that much poise, but I'm going to try to get toward B. Walking in, though, it's an alley, a tight position. Olaf's got 1. Dennis, smart trigger discipline. Oh, just wait. Just wait. Let them go. He's trying to find more than what he's found already. Spots another one in closet. He's got 3 lined up. There's the headshots, and Dennis, shut down by Disco, but Nico's on the case as he made all the call, all the information, pulls them over. Now, it does give up the bomb plant, but it's only 22 HP for Olaf, and Chris is there. That is a beautiful play from Dennis.
I was scared for Dennis there for a second, you know, like sometimes they look super intelligent, but when they get a bit too deep and they spread out so thinly across the bomb site like that, you could see he was worrying a little bit about it. He gets the 2 kills required and actually takes the bomb planter down as well, so that's absolutely fine. Could have gone a little bit wrong considering he was low HP, but he did a great job there. Kept calm. This is the play right now. Just as he had to take that kill. He's not sure whether Dennis spotted in there, but he gets the kills required, and the force buy doesn't work out for Fnatic, but they do get the bomb down, so they do manage to get 4 rifles out and an AWP for the first time. Like I said before, Fnatic are an interesting team overall. They don't really have a dedicated AWP. I guess if you're going to put it on anyone, it's Twist, but they do mix it around. Not even per map, it's per game. It seems to change up every single time, which is great to have different players who can feel confident in different roles, but for me, consistency is a little bit of an issue.
I'd even go further than say per game. I'd say per round.
Yeah, right.
Yesterday we saw 4 different people in a double up setup.
Yeah.
On Cobble.
Yep, that's absolutely true, and that's why they were struggling so much on that CT side.
So Nico again wants to play more aggressively on Catwalk, and interestingly enough, this is not something we normally see. We talk about changing meta over toward the A side. Nice shot from Olaf. No one's out toward long. Lowell and Chris J were both behind him to support so they could hold Catwalk no matter what, knowing Fnatic likes to use it for execution, they give up long, but they stay together for a retake. It's actually an interesting thought.
Well, for the first time, we have got an advantage here for Fnatic. It was Nico pushing off towards shore. Like I said, he's got in that zone. He's looking confident, wants to take these duels at the start. The adjustments coming in from mousesports, not going to be pushing aggressively, apart from Christo, who looks to be trying to hunt for a frag here. Has an inkling that Olaf Meister's waiting for him, but he gets the drop, and it's going to be a 5-on-3. Lau now to recover.
And he misses the shot too. This is Olaf he's against. Lovely headshot to return it. But all of them playing very different positions get caught off. Molotov won't slow much because they'll be able to smoke off the cross. They can go wide around that bit of a gap in the smoke, so Disco's going to throw yet another. Make sure there's nothing lost in this man advantage as they want to get the bomb onto the site. Fnatic desperately need rounds, so take no chances.
On the bomb we planted, platform planted as well. They have the man advantage. Of course, you go for this retake if you are mousesports. Even if you don't win the round, you want to be getting as many players down as possible just for that reset potential going forward.
Twist is going to hold from on the site itself, but that means this Molotov.
Oh, how precise.
It's going to be significant because it'll move him. That brings Disco back into it from on top of Goose, but a good shot from Twist as he backed away early. Tagged up slightly by the Molotov, but that's not going to matter. EWP knows one's dropped down. Gets caught in the gun switch. He's sure to fall as this continues to walk around, but Crim's up close, catches him off with the angle. He's got 5 HP against 3, and Fnatic, it's a full reset, but they'll finally get their first round.
Absolutely. So they lose the loss bonus, they build up. If you're unaware as to what we're referencing there, losing 5 rounds in a row means going into the next round, you get a maximum of $3,400. As soon as you win a round, that resets, and you only get $1,400 for rounds lost after that. At this point now, Fnatic win a round, but they did a good job in keeping 3 players alive. That's why mousesports go for that sort of retake. Even though it's very unlucky they win the round, every kill they find is valuable because it dents the economy going forward for the Swedes. But like we said, mousesports more than enough money to buy this round. Christian back on the orb. Oh, it looked like that almost hit for that from Twist. Doesn't do any damage initially there. We're using a smoke, which is interesting. A lot of CTs use HE grenades these days to actually cross his mid doors, but you're going to have 100% security. The smoke can be used as well. It's just seen as a little bit costly. It's sometimes worth the risk to keep your smoke for the later stages of the round.
So Dennis gets into the corner of Cat. Double N Dennis. I know that's going to confuse a few people.
I forgot that's happening. It's been a while since we casted this matchup. Dennis versus Dennis.
It's true.
I think you were calling them...
Yeah.
Yep.
Reference to size and the first letter of their name.
Yeah.
But it's going to be smokes out this time again with a double smoke to allow a further position at quad. Look at this lurk in from Olaf. Nico's not ready for this at all. This is a big kill, but Dennis... mousesports Dennis, that is also waiting on the other side of that corner, so Olaf can't overcommit to this. Nico's going to walk in the open. That's perfect. That's his invitation, and he gets back as well. Now he holds from lower tons. We know this position's very powerful because it controls catwalk. Now anyone rotating can't get there.
These are one of the rounds that you think, okay, is it just worth saving this point? We've lost that early kill. The bomb's down. There's 5 players alive. Our money's not going to be in a great position. Very unlikely we can win this round. Dennis, that's a really unfavorable outcome for him. I'm not sure I agree with that one. I think they should have probably saved at that point. That retake was just almost impossible, especially when Olaf has that position. He's locked down middle. You don't know where he is. You know he's patrolling that area. And Chris J's low HP as well. I think that the save should have come in at that point. But Chris J, waiting in the pit, seeing me get some exit frags here.
I'm going to say something right now that's a big statement because it's something that can sway a game heavily. Olaf is looking very smart. He goes down here. All right, they're saving guns. Goes out mid. I don't normally credit lurking to his game style.
That was an intelligent one though. You can see just his teammates fully committed and
then rotates back through tunnels, gets out B, so even when they're in CT, he gets them again. That was actually very smart.
Yeah, great play from him. You can see they did commit though, that retake. That was an interesting one. I guess at that point, they've managed to save the AWP mousesports. They've got 2100 on Chris J. They have got enough to buy into this one. Nico on 6. So we'll see whether they do force up into it. I think this is the time to take the pause, work out what's going on. He's lost 2 rounds in a row, and he seems to be getting pulled apart a little bit here by Olaf Meister. You just did reference it before. He had a great round then. In the previous round they won, he opened things up by taking down Nico and getting a 2nd kill on short as well. So we'll see what happens.
As a German real-life CT, at least, I can root for CTs in the first half. That's fair. mousesports also a German org. I'm sure you can get away with rooting for them on the other side. But credit to you for your service.
Well, we do have the force by Matthew. It's going to be the AWP, and 3 M4s in the UMP for Dennis. mousesports Dennis, that is, of course, and Olaf Meister. Decent spawn be given the AWP. Dust 2 is one of those maps that definitely can be spawn-based. He's taking a lot of damage, though, through the Molotov there. He's deciding to see whether the CD decides to face, and assuming he won't be there, but he decides I guess it's the wrong decision to make as he takes so much damage at that point, but he will fall back. And this is what we're talking about. Twist was open before. Now Olofmeister, he's not switching the AWP back. He's definitely proficient with this weapon, but you see what I mean in terms of a lack of consistency. The rounds have been winning. It's Olofmeister opening it up with the frags and the lurks, like you mentioned before. Now it's, okay, Olof, now you're AWPing. It's a little bit strange, that kind of mentality.
He's one of the players that's skilled on all weapons, but you're right, it's hard to build a rhythm if you're constantly switching. He's tagged up to 44 as well. They're going to go long. It's the first time we've seen him try and go for a full long take. Big flash. Well timed. But Twist, he can't find it either because he's blinded up. Goes down to 22. Thankfully, he does connect at the end thanks to Dennis because he puts in most of the damage before the final bullet hits. Nico's got to fall back. Double smokes out at pit. That's going to allow them in, but also lets Nico get away.
So at this point, you've lost the man advantage as the CTs have a decision to make, and I can see it right now. You can see Speedy in the top left of your screen. He's pushed into T-spawn. This is a reaction-based map. You need to be getting map control back into your advantage, and Nico finds a kill as well. This is looking very good for mousesports.
That's big for Nico because it's going to slow him down. Gives Speedy a lot more time. Crims, though, top of mid. You'll find Dennis. Smoke off on doors gives him a bit more movement. Speedy's getting closer. He's in T-spawn, but he wants the shot to be perfect. Waits for it. It works. Now they know he's there. They've got to commit to long. This will pull Nico back down. He's rotated himself in closer to Chris so they can hold this up for retakes, but he likes to go to elevator. He wants a tighter position. They're both so low on health on the ramp. 5 HP for Dennis, 22 for Twist, and they jump up. They're going to get caught. Both go down, and that drops the bomb. 10 seconds for Olaf to find 3 players or get a bomb plant, and he's got an AWP. Saving that may not even be an option at this point in time, and if he doesn't die in the next 3 seconds, they can take him down after the round. He's got to save
him, surely.
They're not pushing him. They should. They absolutely should. Get rid of that gun, get rid of his money, and he's going to survive and keep that AWP.
I guess at that point, the money's very weak for mousesports as well. They're trying to make a decision. Do you know what? Like, him keeping the AWP, that's almost going to bait them into a force buy. We kind of discussed our NIP's mentality, allowing them to save a weapon like that, and they might force around it and just wreck their own economy going forward. It's unlikely the AWP is going to be able to carry them through this next round, but they've saved it, so they probably will force buy into this round. So you have to think of it like that. Mousesports, that can actually be a very intelligent decision in terms of the bigger picture, right? So they have force bought into it. You can see it as a weaker buy. UMP, Galil, lack of grenades as well, but they have got the AWP in the hands of Twist now, so that role has changed over once again. It was Olaf to save the weapon, but the rounds they were winning was when he's opening things up, so I think that's a correct decision to make at this point.
More of a standard setup this time. Chris is going to go for the drop shot on Cat. Nico to support from sight. Can rotate immediately after based on the information gathered. He's also going to be able to flash Chris in. Right now, very standard default from Fnatic as well, though. Twist with bomb over toward B tunnels. Disco top mid can hold off Cat. The rest, they're actually going to go silently out mid. So no preset smoke. Look for the pick, as Olaf wants to do, and then Dennis is there to smoke it off immediately after, regardless of whether he gets a kill or not, because then they'll go for the split. Twist is going to more tunnels now, so too is Disco. They've isolated off CT, and Olaf's going to wait for the rotations. That puts 4 players pushing onto a site, but it's a tight point to get it to. Dennis slips in behind his counterpart, and Dennis will take down Dennis, but Speedy turns around to catch off the Fnatic player, and a better shot onto Twist. Bomb dropped, and Nico gets on the box. He'll catch the late lurking Olaf.
Really difficult situation for a CT side there. You've got 2 players in the B bomb side. You know it's a B split that's been actually very well done as well. Like you said, Fnatic got our medal undetected. Quick smoke towards the CT spawn area. That blocks off rotations, and Speedy did a tremendous job there. Dennis finds 1 kill. He gets the information for his teammate, and Speedy, just great awareness there as the timings and what he's actually capable of in that situation. Finds 2 kills, times it to perfection, takes down the AWP as well, and that's actually a really solid round for mousesports. And like we said, that force buy from Fnatic, it means now they have to be on a full eco, so that's actually a great position for mousesports to be in. It's 7-2, and I believe this will be a tactical timeout for Fnatic. Yes, it is indeed. So the money sits around the $2,000 mark. Can't really do too much with that. In terms of loss bonus, I think we're literally at the 2nd stage right now, so they'll only be getting $1,900 into this round, so not really much to work with. One of you is trying to get the bomb down this round. They can maybe justify a few PT-50s, maybe 2 flashbangs, rush up towards short, see if the bomb goes down. That's the most likely place to get a bomb down in these sort of rounds.
Nico continuing good form.
Indeed, double AWP setup comes out for the first time as well. Very powerful on Dust 2. If you can pick it up and you don't have to invest into it, it can be almost impossible to shut it down sometimes.
Tough part is that, okay, they've slowed it. It was a fast play toward B and a double AWP setup. They missed shots. You got to retake the site with 2 ops. That can be tough. Olaf again is going to distract. That's going to pull Dennis out of the B site. It's all on his Speedy. Last time he did prevail in this instance, but it's going to bring a rotation back. He's flashed off. They've got a plant potentially coming in as Twist is already crossed, but bomb's dropped. Good shot by Dennis to catch Crims. Twist has to go back by the door, and he's lost the only other player inside of the site with him. He's a sitting duck. Does get the bomb down. Speedy can't push far enough in. There's still a chance. P250s are in headshot range. Twist might be left alone. He's got to watch window. Dennis slips in behind, and they'll be able to get the defuse.
11 HP as well. Dennis had gone down. That had been a very expensive round, all things considered. So Fnatic do get the plant in. 2 kills as well. Almost 3. Like we said, if Dennis had dropped, that would have been really problematic for mousesports. And money's still in a decent situation for them going forward, but they pick up the round. That's important. Dust 2. I'd say this is probably the best round mousesports could have hoped for. Players like Nika performing as well. It seems like he's turned up today. And we're going to go into the next gun round here. Now, round number 11. It is 8-2. All in the hands of Twist once again. We have got a nice full buy for Fnatic this time. All the grenades required apart from Twist. He has got no head armor as well. That's actually a bit of a problem for a terrorist AWPer. That means you're vulnerable to the one-shot potential of the M4 that's on. The helmet protects you. Normally means you take 2 headshots there, but it's going to be a little bit weaker. And see if we get any damage as the initial cross comes in. Once again, mousesports using the smoke to cross, giving them a bit more of a veil. And it means you're actually not going to take as much damage as you get across to those double doors area.
Krim's looking for the shot up toward Catwalk, but Nico, after being flashed off, immediately puts his head down. They've not yet gone for the corner boost, but they have put Nico here a lot, and I think they're aware of it. He's about the 5th time he's been on that cat corner, and a Molotov to try and keep him out there as well with a jump into the box at lower tons. He could have been spotted, so smartly he gets away.
Yeah.
Tunnels as well as Wolof wants to fire through.
We did have that double AWP setup for mousesports, but that's been put to bed now. It's just going to be the single AWP setup once again for Chris J. And he's currently playing towards short once again. It was Nico pushing off that position at the start, took a lot of damage, had the full back. Dennis with a different setup towards B now, be baiting him with his teammate Speedy towards B, but it's looking like short presence will be coming in. Crims to face first, flash comes in, Chris J pulls the trigger as soon as he gets flash, finds that first shot.
Dennis will drop down as well with Twist. They're going to let the AWP lead the way. A man down, they need this pick. He goes there, and he's got him. No one pushed out from B site this time either. So they can't compensate for that. This gives the middle. They've got to smoke off on it now. Oh, that flash timing. Speedy nearly gets caught, but he'll drop back in. Dennis is a sitting duck on top box if they walk in through the double doors right now.
They're adjusting the crossfire quite nicely though, but unfortunately Dennis can't find the shot. Fnatic Dennis certainly can. He gets 2 kills. That should be round over. Look at the position and control now the cities have towards T-spawn. Erase that, it allows dead, just Chris J left now. And you can see what was going on. Once again, Fnatic going for this kind of mid-split, and mousesports can detect it. They feel it coming. We had Dennis watching the tunnels originally on the boost box there, and one player at the back of the side. The idea was to bait him in for any players walking in from the tunnels area. They get the call for the mid-split coming in. Dennis has to change his positional view now towards the window and the door. There's not really much he can do there. Like he said, it's a vulnerable position. He hasn't got time to rotate. I thought he could get 1 kill there, but unfortunately, no one can at this point. It's just going to be Dennis finding his 3rd frag of the round. Nice stuff from him as the replay from his POV. It's an unexpected position, but like I said, Dennis, mousesports Dennis that is, has to watch the window and the doors. This can get confusing. I'm trying to explain tactics in my head.
Double N versus single
My
N.
mind's going a million miles an hour. I've got 2 Dennises to reference as well.
We got Nico, Dennis,
Yeah.
somebody, no one, nothing.
Yeah.
Mo, Captain Mo.
Yeah, we've got all sorts. This is the most confusing one. Yeah, that's true.
Henry G and Matty T.
Matty T, yeah, haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, it's all right. He's gone. Gone forever. This one's a technical timeout, just to clarify. And after mousesports did call the last one, remember they lost 2, they went on a 3-round winning spree, so good time to call the timeout. Again, they have 4 per team, 30 seconds each. You can't stack them, so you can only call 1 per round. You looked that up this morning in our rulebook, Henry, but just for clarification. But yeah, you might as well use them early, especially if it's the middle of the half that you feel like you should be winning. Don't let the momentum go away, then it's too late.
We saw an interesting one yesterday. It's when we won I think it was
actually
a
cost
game.
them. Yeah.
Yes, right. North won a massive round, right? They won a round where they had 4 USPs and a CZ. They won a massive round. It was against Fnatic, in fact, as well. And it was like looking very promising for North at that point. And they take the pause just after winning the round. It was really unconventional, but if you think about it, it's quite smart in the sense that you let the enemy stew over the decisions they just made and the mistakes that cost them that round. I think it's quite a nice way to get them kind of discussing and arguing. I kind of like that, like using one of your pauses just to kind of as a tactic on this instead of just to kind of help yourselves out. That was quite cool. Anyway, we're going to run.
Still doesn't beat my favorite timeout of all time.
Carrigan's
and Columbus.
Against Fnatic?
Yeah, Fnatic. Oh, it'll be an easy win against Astralis.
Yeah.
I just thought we'd call a 2-minute timeout to let them think about that.
Yeah, last time we had 2 minutes.
The best timeout call ever.
That was good. Well then, here we go. Speedy just on a deagle as a UMP for Nico as well. Nico, he certainly has quieted down since those initial few rounds. He's getting picked towards CT spawn, so be a little bit more cautious towards that area. But a depot coming in, some good Long control, but look at this from Nico. Aggressive, of course, but he gets taken down again for the first time. But Christian does reply quickly and takes down Olofmeister. Still, the advantage lies with the Terrorist and Speedy trying to do what he can with his Desert Eagle. He is good with this weapon, but that's the shot they had to hit. Has to pull back at this point now.
Disco tries to chase him through that smoke as well. Speedy tagged and then 8 will get him. So they knew they did the damage. That'll follow it up.
Yeah, at that point, right, he's only got a deagle. He might as well take some sort of risk, an unexpected move perhaps, but I'm not sure I agree with Nico's push. He's the one consistently dying at the start of these rounds now. He's only got that UMP. Yes, he's got the surprise factor, but Olofmeister's waiting from the top there. Gets that first kill, and we go into a 4-on-3 situation. At this point, though, Fnatic, they've got over a minute remaining, so they can wait for more mistakes to be made, see if there's any sort of rotations, reactions coming from the CTs. I described it before briefly. It's one of those maps when you have a disadvantage as a CT side. You want to be hunting for map control, retake, and reclaim some of the maps so you have at least information as to where the terrorists may be ending up. And this is what Christian attempts.
Good pickup from Dennis. As you say, they get that kill that equalize. And they had trade potential there with Disco immediately over his shoulder. They'll take over long as a result. Gap in the smoke won't matter. No one's looking. I think Lowell and Dennis, the other Dennis, mousesports Dennis, are looking to save already.
Yeah, can't do anything about this. Like I said, Chris J, he's left there alone on A. His options are, well, he's still on the A bomb side, he has to watch long, short, and CD spawn with 2 teammates are in B, or he pushes towards long, tries to get some information. Unfortunately, that's the decision he makes, and that's what they're waiting for him. If he gets 1 kill, maybe that's a possible round. It comes down to a 3-on-2 at that point, but once he gets taken down, Dennis and Lau have no choice but to save. That's a correct move. Fnatic now, we'll have a quick look at their money if we can, just bring that up. We'll see whether they've got, okay, so in terms of what they've got left, they're at reset potential here, right? So them hunting mousesports, not really worth it at this point. If they lose any players in the hunt itself, that could actually cost them dearly. I think they'll have a little sniff around the map, maybe towards long. Push off short, you can see 1 player. That's going to be Dennis going towards B, but he does go down. It's going to be very costly going forward. Yeah, he's not overcommitting. He knows running into B is not a wise idea at this point. He has a little spot, but that's a wise decision to make. Let them keep their weapons, that's fine. Their money's on in a great position. Similar mentality. Get them into a force buy situation. Let's save our money and keep it in a strong place.
Ah, that's why Dennis is playing better now. He's got the same glasses as I do now.
Did you recommend them to him?
No.
Ah, just copied you.
No, yeah, he did.
Wow.
Oh, thief.
Well then. Timeout for mousesports. Great start for them, but Matt, you have to say, Nico, he came out of the trap hot, and he certainly has dropped off a little bit now. Still 13 for 4, but it feels like now he's been limited in money. He's had the UMP a couple of times. He tried the double orb setup with Chris J. He got taken down there. He's been dwelling towards CT spawn or pushing short. He's yet to really show us quite a default setup on the CT side.
Yeah, 13 and 4, he leads the way, but it's misleading because he had 7 kills after the first 3 rounds.
Yes. Pistol, of course, he got 4 kills, looked great, and he got some good anti-eco kills as well. Okay, anti-force buy kills. But yeah, he certainly has dropped off in the gun runs, but still, Dust 2, and it's still quite early days on the map. We'll see what he can do here. 2 M4s available for mousesports. Not going to force around it. I think Fnatic would have loved it had they have done that, but not going to be the case this time. I've done Dennis and Lau to try and see what they can do. I'd say if you're going to be mousesports, maybe give the M4 over to Nico, just in case. He could do something monstrous, but...
Olaf got very quickly to pit as well. And he's not on the op this time. Nico's going to play plat, gets pushed back. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, trying to get the gun onto him, but he's going to get taken down immediately. Dennis with the headshot. Smoke down towards CT. Not up high. They know they've got the weapons to their advantage, but Lowell's got one of the rifles, and he's got to kill back. He's also stayed alive in this on 22 HP. The problem is that other Dennis, mousesports, is down below. He's going to rotate around, and that's where Olaf's waiting. Down goes 1 M4. He's got 2 players spotted up already. Mid-play bomb. I know where they are. Hold still. We've got this. Olaf with a lovely shot on his speed. He's still going to take down this M4 and Dennis, and that doesn't prove to be all too well off, but he's not going to go hunting for anything further and get away.
Let's keep the AK in Olaf's hands. He's looking incredibly sharp right now. Keep twisting the AWP. Seems to be working out quite nicely for them. 3 players surviving. Of course, mousesports did save 2 weapons into that, but didn't invest around them. So going forward, they should have enough to work with here. They're a 3rd stage loss bonus, so that's going to be $2,400 on top of about the 2K they have just above. And yeah, they should be able to get a buy out of this, especially if Dennis can save the M4. That'd be very beneficial. If he can do that, he can actually drop a weapon over and actually balance out the books a little bit in that fashion. And looks like he will save this here. He's in towards T-spawn right now, so he will successfully survive. So good work from him. That wasn't going to be a round where they really had a chance of winning, but they got a couple of kills, kept the M4 up, and like we said, a bit of vintage Olofmeister here, managing to pop off the heads of the rotating CTs.
Yeah, the 2nd shot, there it is, and Speedy, quite
if he
good.
got the 3rd, that would have been it for me. He's arrived, he's back, but couldn't quite hit him.
Yeah, he's playing intelligently. I will say that. I called that very early on. Twist, oddly enough, leads the scoreboard for them based on bomb plants, so at least they're getting those, but He sits on 11 kills right now. It's Dennis on the other side that seems to be adding up. And speaking of Dennis, it's going to be Fnatic very quickly toward B. Gets shut down by a Molotov. He would have beat them, actually, to the mouth of the tunnel. They would have been just getting through the door in the boxes. Respectively, he's already there. Missed shot coming through. Dennis is going to take him down, but that's going to be a response from Crimson Olaf, who have the trade, and they'll go into the B site. Nico again waiting on Cat. Can't find anything gifted to him.
He's pushed off once again. This is a big kill. Managed to take down the AWP as well. Crim's very low HP, but the B bombs that has been obtained by the terrorists.
Smartly, they get 2 kills back, though. However, like you say, B bomb site taken. A low HP on Crims. He's being clever because he wants to get all the way back toward T-spawn. This way, he's not going to be considered, and he can get potentially a free kill. He needs it because 3-on-3 before the bomb went down was a good job by mousesports, all things considered. They themselves run low HP on Chris J, but he's got an AWP. He's going to let the rifles go first as he tries to spam through smoke. Surprised they don't go for the boost on him, but yeah, you're right. They're out. They're gone.
Another round. They just have to bite the bullet here, and they managed to pick up a secondary AWP as well. That was the Fallen Twist, so that's decent. Taking 2 AWPs into the next round, that's fine. They still have the lead at this point. It's difficult to say whether Dust 2 is a T or CT side of map. It really depends on the matchup and play styles. I would say mousesports winning so far. They've won the half. I think they're feeling quite confident. They're looking to the future here. That retake was very unlikely. Their money's not in a great position. Let's save these AWPs. Let's look for round number 9 and get 9-6. That'll be a really decent half for them. If they go for that retake and lose those weapons, they're in a real difficult place and can actually make it almost certainly 8-7. So that's the right move to make. And the auto sniper comes out and 2 AWPs for Fnatic. This is a very common strategy. We've seen there plenty of majors before. If you have the money, you can do some serious damage here. Like I said, though, mousesports have been using the smokes to cross. It's been a little bit more difficult to inflict damage. Let's see whether it works out for them.
They got one minor, yeah, they did hit Chris J. Okay, so through the door, I think you get legged by the auto to go to 74.
That's what the smoke's so beneficial there, because if they use HE grenades like a lot of teams do, you definitely do more damage at one tag there. But fortunately for mousesports, only 1 hit, and Chris J still confident to go towards B tunnels here and challenge Twist to work out.
Oh, that's brilliant. As the flash hits, he plays the tightest angle possible. It usually does catch people off, but I've never seen anyone hit that well blind. And he'll back away 22 now. Second time he's tagged up, but they've got the opening pick. More importantly, and Nico's going to add to that, the double up setup. Finally paying off on a CT side. 9-6. They almost need that considering the half they had at 8-3 previously.
Yeah, well, that's a fantastic start. That double orb setup, like we said, it picked up from Twist previous round, saved the weaponry, and it's worked out perfectly so far. It's round number 15. 5-on-3, Chris J low HP, but Fnatic going to be taking their attention towards short. Olaf might have just showing some presence in the B bomb side itself, as his teammates do get the short control. We do have, though, Nico towards that car position. He'll be pivotal here. He just needs to make 1 kill. Even if he dies afterwards, pretty much round secured. If he goes down without a frag, that makes things a little bit more interesting.
Smoke blower. Molotov on the site itself, and Olaf once again is going to try and push out mid to complement this flash around, though. This could be B. And it's going to be, because they're going to go fast on that, but better pick from Speedy, and up goes Speedy with 3. I thought as much as up goes Dennis to get the last one, but he just mows them down as they walk up toward the site. This shot, though, look at this flash. 1, 2, flash, click, boom.
Doesn't even wait. We've seen this quite a lot in this tournament, just pulling the trigger as soon as the flashbang hits you, and it seems to be working out quite nicely. Nico with a nice shot towards long there, and Speedy with the 3-man from the outside B position. He hasn't been playing there at all, really. They've left middle open, so that's a nice adjustment from him. Most 3 of them down. You're absolutely right. mousesports Dennis was in a great position there to actually get one in the back, but not required.
Well, if you got a second, download Team Stream. It's the free app from Bleacher Report, and I'm not joking. Everything on the esports stream, you're going to want to follow that. It has all the latest news on ELEAGUE, along with much, much more, so go check that out. It's a pretty cool little app, actually, I have to say. There's lots of them showing up, but this one's very organized. We've got to bring up a specific head-to-head. It's Dennis versus Dennis.
Of course. What else? Dennis, actually, okay, it's not going to work. Fnatic Dennis, very low ADR. That's considered very poor. For someone like his caliber and someone who's considered a superstar player, 57, not great. To be fair, and the other Dennis, he's performing above expectations, I would say. He's definitely kind of the support rifler within the team, not known for high fragging potential. He's doing very well so far, playing that difficult B position as well. 105 ADR. That's a very decent, above average performance from him. So that's looking decent in that position. But we did get the 9-6 from mousesports. Looking good right now. And Nico, he performed amazingly in the first half pistol round. Problem is, though, Dennis, silent USP. He's been quiet so far. If ever there was a time to step up, CT side Dust 2 pistol round. Let's hope we get some fireworks like we did on Cobble yesterday. He is absolutely electric with this weapon.
Just to note as well, because we're seeing a lot of 100 ADR performances. Those are very good. But to note, I think in this particular major, there's been a few team games, but mostly we're seeing good individual performances marred by someone on the team who's kind of dead weight, I have to say, in various games. Nitro's been struggling for Liquid.
Stands up.
Tarek, right now, lowest statistical player in the major, which is perhaps testament to why Optic's sitting on an elimination match today. Lowell right now is at 4, even though Nico is on 15. So there's lots of those performances. Crims as well, only on 5, with Olaf on 12. There's bunch of those going on. Now that said, Fnatic, no one's really got a bunch of kills on that side, so he's not far behind the rest of the team. Fast play from Nico. He goes down suicide. He's already at cat corner, and they are going to be running him on armor. There's no one gone for the full Superman. Christian, actually, I take that back, has Tech 9 with armor, so they drop that over. And they're going to go for the fast split. Smoke off on CT. Player inside of that smoke is going to be Twist, but he's not willing to go through it. He's not willing to cut them off. That puts the players in the sight, and Twist, he steps up. Olaf and Twist finally getting through. Will shut down everybody inside mid. Nico does eventually get Disco, and Speedy's actually got Olaf. So this comes back to a 2 versus 2. There's still a chance in this, but the bomb is dropped inside of B side, and that's a fortified position to try and grab it back from.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right there. The bomb is in very treacherous waters. It's going to be Dennis, though, remaining. We haven't seen a kill from him just yet. He was playing towards that A bomb site, looking to take off the head of Speedy. I like this commitment. If they push him together, that's a 2-on-1 situation, but they're going to be holding back. Twist nails the shot, though. He takes down Speedy. Now it's just up to Nico. He's only got 19 HP. Has to really go for it. Not really much he can do. Hope he lands the first headshot. Definitely capable of doing it. He spots Twist, but doesn't really need to overcommit. This can work with his teammate. Get a crossfire setup. Even allow him to go for the plant here at this point. Let's see what they decide to do.
He goes so low on HP, but he's got the silenced USP picked up.
Yeah, he's just hoping that someone walks into his crosshair. It would be a higher risk maneuver right now for Fnatic to split up and go one-on-one and give him 2 separate situations. You want to be sticking together like they are right now. They've got a good crossfire. Dennis spotted, but Nico... Okay.
What a shot on Twist. He's got a chance at this 5 HP, but Dennis, he might have been quieter in that pistol round than normal, but gets the final kill, and that's the one that's going to matter.
Look at this kill from Twist. Jumped up above the smoke.
I thought he pushed through.
He got 2 kills like that. That's so sick. Do you see the way he jumped up? He works out exactly where the window is. Just spams it down. 2 kills. No problem.
That's nuts. I thought he pushed through because I said that he was behind the smoke. I was waiting for him to man up and go. Olaf hits one from inside of the site, and then he just spams through with a pistol. That's pretty ridiculous.
Well, there it is. Fnatic, they lose the first half pistol, but they pick up the second. And Dennis, he didn't really play a very instrumental part in that. He actually was the one who was quite quiet. So interesting, there it is, 9-7, and we're not going to see a full commitment in terms of the force buy from mousesports. Didn't get the bomb down. It's quite common to see most teams force buy in the second. The bomb is not planted, but they're just going to have Nico and Lowell on deagles and armor. The other guys have got upgraded pistols, apart from Chris J, of course. He's the AWPer. He hasn't purchased a single thing this round. Out towards middle they go. They have got a smoke with CT spawn if they want to use it. That's in the hands of Speedy right now, so they'll be actually joining them towards mid. Some heavy nade damage taken towards mousesports. Dennis, 16 HP.
He's got Nico in front of him, though. They're going to work this together and try and set a crossfire, potentially get a trade. Nico's shoulder shown, and that's going to push him back and bring Fnatic Dennis into the equation, who takes down the low HP on the other side. Tagged up, though. Yeah, 53. He's got to back away. This will pull a rotation out of B, though, and there's Olaf, just when you need him.
Yeah, Christian was trying to pick up that deagle. That's his teammate dropped. We did say, and he had a Glock, and here's Twist trying to do some damage on towards Nico. He's got under 33. The round should be tied up at this point. No one needs to overcommit. You can even allow him to try and go for the plant, shut them down together. Nico does find a shot with the deagle. He can be very dangerous with this weapon. He needs to be careful here. The CTs do, though, manage to recover, and they only drop 1 player. Olaf Meister finding 3 kills, having a great game so far. And there it is. Not really a force buy from mousesports. A little bit of commitment from Nico and Lowell, I believe it was. But overall, trying to keep the money a bit healthier. Chris J still has $3,400, so certainly going to be getting the AWP on the T side. That's where he can be his most impactful as well. Having a look at the buy for Fnatic this round, still have their 3 Famuses, a UMP, and an M4 for Olaf Meister.
And if you want to think that the Swiss system perhaps need to use the animation across isn't as stressful to start things off, because you know you've got 3 losses or 3 wins, there's lots of time. Even when you're on the bottom, you can get to the top. It starts to get stressful today because one of these teams goes 1 and 2. When you look at Optic, you look at North, obviously Flipside and Hellraisers have every bit of chance to beat them based on the way they've been playing, but you'd expect them to show up at some point. One of these guys could face them, and that could be a problem, because these 2 teams, for me, were not teams that I would have thought would make it to the playoffs. They had an outside chance, for sure, but it's not someone I would have ruled in. And yet they're so close and so far with this system.
We'll see what happens. It's going to be a very close game, this one. Both the teams are 1-on-1 for now. We do have an elimination game coming up, number 3 today, I believe. It's going to be North versus Hellraisers, and we'll be casting that one. So that's going to be the first team we say goodbye to, but back to this one it is. We're pretty much full eco here for mousesports. And a Deagle and a P250 available towards him. That's short. It's Nico once again. We did mention previously, he is very proficient with this weapon indeed. Looking for that opening kill.
And he gets spotted up though early, but still hits the shot. Crosshair placement. Usually you see them pop up over that box. It's pretty promising for a Deagle. Nico shows why. And they'll get into position on this site. I expect a cat plant out of this, but the problem is they've actually given up a lot of ground on Catwalk. And Chris is going to go for exactly that. Crims takes down Dennis, was waiting for rotations to pop in, hoped he could get one with the pistol close up, but that doesn't work. And Olaf taking Nico down. Puts a lot of pressure on this play. They've got to find a kill now, and Olaf finding two. Twist closing it out. Their only hope was to hold Catwalk.
Yeah, and unfortunately they get the opening kill. That's great. The bomb down, perfect. But when you've only got Glocks and P250s and Fnatic staying as a unit there, that's perfect for them. Those sort of retakes. You want to make sure you can refrag every sort of bit of danger there. So Dennis goes down. Lovely shot from Nico, to be fair. Not much you can do about that. Bomb gets planted, and we'll see what kind of buy comes in now.
Big for Chris as well, getting that bomb down, that extra $800. Not only does he get full armor, because against M4s and FAMASs, as they have, important to have the helmet, but he gets full utility as well.
Yeah, he gets the Molotov, the smoke, the flashbangs, everything to work with here. It's mousesports, not fully committing that second and third round, so they're going to have tons of money to work with a couple of rounds going in as well. So Chris J, that's what I'm talking about. The difference. Fnatic opting to use the HE grenades across those mid doors. It's a little bit more risky, but means you save a smoke for later stages of the round, which can be very beneficial indeed. But still, no damage inflicted as of yet. And we've got Lau working towards long, showing some presence there. The bomb will be left outside his position as well. No real heavy commitment from either side. Quite a default position from Fnatic. You see two players in towards B. Most of these top teams will leave mid open and just play towards that window area and try and focus on one towards tunnels or towards the doors, depending on what kind of split comes in.
Oh, goes to grab bomb. Very intentionally placed top of mid now by him. He still wants to watch long and get it closer to his teammates. Disco in behind the smoke though. No one's been playing in that position throughout the entirety of the first half, and certainly not in this one. We're just getting into it, but could easily catch off a player if they want to try and go for a 3-2 split onto the A site. So thankfully for Lowell's sake, if he's going to be the one that has to take long, making it much harder for the CTs to hold position, he's got Speedy coming back toward him to go for trade potential, because if he walks in alone and loses that battle, they have to win from Catwalk.
This should be an A split. You can see Dennis is landing that smoke off a CT spawn. We've got three players outside long at the moment. The perfect thing is, like you said, Disco Doppelin by himself with the FAMAS. A lot of pressure on the youngster's head here. Let's see whether he can do anything like that.
Flash timing, and he sprays it, hoping to hit them. If he had stayed silent, they might have walked by him, you know. But not to be. Lovely shot from Dennis and Goose. Olaf's going to compliment that. He gets a second as well on the AWP. Again, in another set of hands on this Fnatic side.
Yeah, right.
Lowell will cross with smoke. There's still a chance that they can get this bomb recovered. It's over toward Goose, now picked up by Lowell. And he's going to go for the safest plant possible, which says to me, forget the fact they have an op and they could go for long. They don't know what's out there. They've gone so far away. They've got no information. They're going to stay on the site. They're going to play this as close together as possible. Very peculiar position from Chris J. Smoke to give him a little bit more movement. Get away from those barrel positioning vulnerability from Catwalk. He'll now play off the information that Lowell gets him, but look at the sneaking player in behind Chris. Does look the right way as he spots Olaf. Crims, I thought, might have been able to sneak up and catch them off with Lowell still looking at Catwalk. Now it's just him remaining to find two. And that's a tougher task as he gets around the corner, spots up one immediately. Chris goes down. That's the op player. Swap to the AK, though. This is promising because if we can shut the box, it could work out for him, and he's got it. Exactly that. With the defused time, I think he's got it as well.
Lau did not.
Big play from Crims, just barely.
Lau did not need to commit to that at all. He could have stayed hidden the whole time, make him come around the whole box, and he would have been absolutely fine. He actually takes the challenge, and he thinks the round's secure, but it's Crims in an impossible situation almost. I thought they had done it. I don't want to see the reaction here from Nico. Yeah, he is not going to be happy about that. Very emotional player. And I have to say, Lau's had a very poor game so far. That was a bad decision. Like, you can just hide in that corner at that point, allow him to even go for the full committed to jump over the box, at least give yourself a fighting chance at it to make it impossible for him to win. But goes to the duel. Crims comes out on top of about a second to spare there, maybe even less.
6 kills for Lowell. Disco Doppelin with only 4. Both those guys struggling now.
This is a force buy as well from mousesports. This could get from bad to worse. And a huge nade comes in. Look at the HP on Dennis and Lau. B-split coming in quickly here. 4 players.
Oh my goodness, Olaf is definitely getting confidence. You don't want that. Doesn't find the 4th on the pistol, but Twist is there. His job more than done. Hat trick in the round, and Nico. 1 versus 4. I don't think it's the Nico of old. Maybe 6 months ago I would have said, yeah, there's always a chance when he's alive, but I don't think so. Not today.
This was a questionable buy regardless. I think they didn't fully commit to this one. They still have some money left over. I think they've got like 3K on Chris J, who had an expendable cash. So there still is a buy with the maximum loss bonus going to the next round. But mousesports, when they lose those kind of rounds, that's kind of dangerous territory for them out. Famously, after they have those kind of blunders, they do start arguing. We've seen it in this very studio, famously, a lot of clips of Nico. Very vocal about his thoughts and feelings about some of the performances sometimes in very key situations for this team. And that one, I have to say, that was a great recovery. That 2-on-2, Chris J did such good work to find the pick, but Crims never should have won that situation. It does make things a little bit problematic there. Olofmeister with 3 kills towards mid, spraying them down just after Nico now with 30 seconds remaining. No bomb. And absolutely right, yes. He is considered one of the best mechanically gifted players in the game right now, but it's a little bit of a tall order there. Here's the replay from Olofmeister. Good work from him. Decent flashbang. And sprays them all down there. Not quite nicely for him as well. So like I said, I think there is money available for mousesports to this maximum loss bonus. Yet to post around in the second half. 11-9 Fnatic with a firm lead at the moment. The buy comes in. Chris J certainly can buy the AWP. But I think maybe this is a chance to take a pause, and I'm going to assume it's for mousesports at this point. Let's calm down a little bit. Like I said, can be known to fall apart the argument sometimes, so the coach is trying to calm everyone down. Lau, he's speaking to right now. Like I said, he's having a very poor game. So he seems to be focusing his attention towards him and just say, okay, let's just get you back in this game and get your head in the right zone.
There we go. 2 generation of gamers watching ELEAGUE with my son, and I'm guessing you could probably beat your son in a one-on-one. Calling it. I want to see it happen. You two play it, record it. I'll bet Dad wins.
Why do you think Dad wins?
Because old man strength.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't ask me for logic, Henry. Yep. I never have it.
Well, here we go then. Fnatic with the interesting buy there. Olofmeister goes to the MP9, man. He keeps it and pushes through middle, and he gets punished for it. I think that's a misread on his behalf. I think he thinks the economy is going to be too low for an AWP. Taking down at the start of the round. Great start for for mousesports. Bad start for Olof, not great.
Yeah, remember they had 2 bomb plants leading up to a maximum loss round bonus. It was questionable if they would have had the op or not, but that is a big risk on an MP9.
Yeah.
Even if they have AKs at that range, he's got no chance to push. If he gets in there, great. If he could beat them to tunnels, great. But it's risk reward. Sure. Obviously, this time gets punished. Twist's going to hold off CT as a result of it. They'll give up Catwalk in doing so. But Disco's gotten into an interesting position, not only behind door this time, all the way up into the long cave. Smoked off, he has to back it. If he could have stayed there, remember, it's one of the most advantageous shadow positions in the entire game.
Yep, that's right. Well, we have got the 5-on-4 from mousesports this time. Olofmeister, huge scalp to take. Gives this frag away early, and we have one player waiting towards B. That's Crims. Normally great in these sort of situations. Can he deliver now?
Crims there. Cyborg finds one. Patience pays off, but he's got problems because not only are they coming in tunnels, they're coming in window. Stays behind the big box. It works. He's isolated everyone down. A 3rd kill. Deagle, the swap from Chris J, is going to find that as well. That is massive from Crims.
Mousesports are going to be tilting off the face of the planet right now. That's a situation where he's got 2 players coming from the window and doors area, 2 players in tunnels. How has he been... How is he allowed to stay alive for so long? You can see Nico, he's just holding the flank there. He's hoping his teammates can deliver here. Lau having a bit of a stinker of a game overall. Just kind of just shots, and it's 1 by 1. Not the way you want to be approaching those situations. Crims there, he should be getting 1 kill, like, total there. Maybe 2, all things considered. But the fact he gets 4, mousesports is just going to start dropping off at this point. You feel like these are the sort of situations where they can calm recover. Olofmeister this time gets into towards lower B mat, and he manages the first kill as well. Going to take some damage from Dennis, and he does manage to get the kill there, but only 1 weapon now available for mousesports in total. Oh, it's difficult to watch that Crims situation. Great work from him. Let's not take anything away from that, but he just shouldn't be allowed to get 4 frags in that position with no grenades used at all. It's pretty shocking to see that happen.
And Chris walking in, leaves his teammate alone and gets caught swapping. Speaking of Crims again, he'll save Twist because he goes down to 6 HP. That keeps him alive to catch off Speedy pushing through the doorway as well. Nico and Lowell, the last 2 remaining. Lowell still sitting on those 6 kills. Crims is going to cover cross. Smoke goes down, no pre-fire, but does hear them. Tries to echolocate exactly where Lowell's gone. It's going to be his teammate Twist getting in toward the window. Molotov, whoa, that hit him for, I think, 2 damage. I think he was on 6. Goes down to 4, backs away smartly. And that means that they'll just sit and wait for the rest of the rotations to go toward tunnel. They've got a 2-man advantage, but bomb plant inside of the site. Twist is going to probably sit back on this. He's got an AWP at 4 HP, so leave that alive. The problem is with Crims going down, Nico getting the headshot. There's still smokes to push through. Lowell's got another. They've got a chance in this. He's backed up the site. He's got an AK pick, or excuse me, an M4 picked up, but Dennis with a lovely shot. Had armor as well. That could have been promising.
Had he picked up that round, all have been forgiven, and I think they'd have been the hero of mousesports. But it's a decent round overall for Mouse. They managed to get 3 kills, the bomb down. Let's get the money in a slightly better position, but Fnatic looking incredibly sharp right now. 13th round obtained, and you feel like mousesports now, with these horrible situations, is going against them time and time again. I'm not sure they're going to be able to recover. This is pretty much last chance to lose with this buy. After this one, 14-9, I'm not sure they'll be able to stay alive and keep their head above water, but we do have the Chris J Orb once again. As we go into round number 23, I think it's of course going to be the double AWP setup this time. Dennis and Olof Meister. Normally on the CT side this is more common. It's on the twist we see on the terrorist side. Like we said, lots of different roles in this team, and it seems to change per round, per game, per event. You name it. This time Olof pushing up towards short, almost in the perfect position, but the flashbang's decent. He'll have to fall back at this point.
Oh, with smoke in front at long, just throws a nade through to try and catch off Disco, who has been aggressive in that position, but he's going to sit inside pit this time. Standard headshot position. Meanwhile, mid, that's where most of the activity is, as Crim's close to the door. He can't back away from this position unless he gets a kill. Does exactly that on Nico.
That's considered one of the least favorable angles for the CTs, and does too, and he manages to pick up a kill for free almost. Nico getting towards short. No refrag coming in at all. No, his teammates is not with him. There should be someone close to the door. Presumably you've got 4 people in the middle just ready to get that refrag. Crims gets away for free. This is a bit of a problem for mousesports. You can see the teamwork is starting to fall apart a little bit here. But 5-on-4, double AWP set up, all off in a perfect position to shut this down. It looks like they will commit here potentially as well. If he gets 1 kill, round over.
Yeah, they won't care about that first smoke because they'll double it up and go for the quad push. There's the isolation. That's what Fnatic wasn't throwing. And look how much that changes because Olaf gets pushed back on the AWP already. He does get one. That tag, I would have thought from the molly there, they hear twist and they do turn back in time. If that tick had been heard, could have been costly. He still manages to get damage in, but can't land his shots. And Olaf can't find the headshot and turn up toward quad on Speedy, but never the mind because Crims walks around from ramp and gets both.
Yeah, that's a big round for Fnatic, and once again, opening pick going in favor of Crims there. This towards those mid doors. You see what I mean? When he gets that first kill though, the refrag should be there, the awareness. If you're going to be taking a little bit of risk, they have no smoke towards the mid doors at all. He should be kind of ready for those situations, and here's the retake. I didn't think there was any chance mousesports could really do anything about this. The bomb's not planted as well. That puts the money. It's still over a place where they get maximum loss bonus, but I think there's no Chris J AWP available. That's to be dropped over to him. They can get 4 rifles for sure. And, well, they can get 5 rifles to be Christian and AK, but no nades for him available. So another timeout by the looks of things, and it's going to be tactical for mousesports, and I can see some drops going on. I think the AWP has been dropped over to Nico. Actually, here, Chris J actually known to be one of those players who can be affected by confidence. Yes, he is the main AWPer, but Nico's certainly proficient in that weapon as well. If he's got an opportunity like this to spawn, he wants to go take it towards long. Bit of a Hail Mary play, but certainly one that can pay off quite tremendously. Best spawn he can possibly have. Go for that first kill. If he gets it, they can slow things down and go back into a default.
Nico fast play, gets caught by Dennis.
It's actually a really nice money off from Nico as well.
That was super quick to get there.
Bit of speed extra, didn't nail the shot. Dennis punishes him for it, 5-on-4.
He did. We know what would have been said in chat non-stop.
Yes.
Just straight fooning. Disco walks back into this position, but it's already covered by Lowell. There's no need for the push. This puts them back to 4 versus 4. And Dennis is there waiting. There's Disco. I don't get why he pushes through. If they're both there, Dennis can't do anything to trade that. If he gets in the position, maybe they can anchor it off, but they have no information. He goes in blindly. Missed shot from Dennis now on AWP with 3 players pushing in. That's 2 men down.
Finally, a bit of luck there for mousesports as they lost that first kill, and could have been really problematic. But Lau managed to deliver 2 kills from this round. Very quiet performance from him so far. This could be big though. I absolutely agree with you there. No reason for Disco dropping to push in that at all. They've got the man advantage. Just hold the bomb side. You don't need to react. If you have the advantage, that's the best position you can be in, and the CT side it does too. You don't want to be taking risks at that point. You're just really holding up, getting crossfire set up. He could just hide at the corner. Dennis could bait him in. Anything but just pushing him blindly and hoping for the best there. But he wanted the big plays, Matt. He wanted to see if he could get towards top and middle, find him in the back after Dennis has scared them off. That's the idea there. He's hoping that all presence is enough to negate them from that area. He can get a nice backstab going. It's certainly not the worst decision in the world, but it's just not one that's required, you know? It's just not needed. But there it is. mousesports do pick up a round. Pretty much thanks to allow that. Gifted a couple of kills towards long doors as they walked in. They're still going to go for sort of a retake here. Looks like Fnatic obviously can't win the round at this point, but hoping if Twist shows some presence now towards short, maybe take some players down with him who will be rotating. He's just going to see if anyone's staying around, but not going to be the case, and he'll just fall back now himself. 4 players surviving from mousesports. They hit double digits here, 14-10.
Well, it's about time they picked up their first round
of the second half.
Of the second half. It's been in a row, including the end of the last half, 9 rounds for Fnatic.
Well, they managed to recover. That's the opening pick there from Dennis, but Lau gifted a couple of kills here. Disco Doppler walks into his crosshair first and then takes down the AWPer as well. So good work from him to get them back into this game. Like we said, he's had a rough time so far, but here we go, round number 25. Money suddenly available for Fnatic after winning so many rounds in a row. Single AWP set up this time in the hands of Dennis, and a fast long take once more.
Speedy tagged up. Molotov's going to push him in against the dumpster, but right now it's Catwalk. They want to try and get it. Dennis has to back away quickly. Olaf tries to give supporting fire from mid, suppressing fire.
Yeah, that's
if we can use the army term on that.
That's actually almost perfect. He's suppressing him. He's just taking all the attention away, covering fire as he's falling back, you know. That's actually pretty accurate.
That works out, because now they swap Dennis for Twist, bring another rifle. Close range, better than the AWP in this situation with the smoke down in front, but they've already got the isolation smoke out. Speedy, perfect shot to hit Disco as he plays wide, and Twist, he's going to be tagged by that Molotov. They know he's here, flash out, dead to right. Nico walks around corner, and Dennis is there as well. Now they're getting some execution in.
Yes.
And I said it was 9 rounds in a row, 8 specifically in this half, but with close exchanges, they have to save already.
Yeah, this is looking much better for mousesports. That's actually how you should be playing Counter-Strike as a unit, refragging together. As soon as one of your teammates goes down, you're ready to take the shot, and the flashbangs are on point as well. You can see the Molotov usage to flush CTs out of their positions. Very, very nice run from mousesports. That's much better. And they keep 5 players alive as well, and you're absolutely right. The money isn't perfect. There have been a lot of close rounds and tight clutches. The mousesports should have been winning. They came down to like 2 versus 1s and stuff, so the money's on a fantastic position for Fnatic. So saving these 2 weapons has to be the main objective at this point. Is Olaf Meister waits towards city spawn, hoping that some of the retreating mousesports players run into his crosshair at this point. I don't think it's going to happen. Looks like they'll be turtling up towards long together. They're saving the AWP and Chris J as well, so nice work from them overall. They're going to just start stringing some rounds together now. Only 2, but it's getting more promising.
Stringing 2 rounds together.
Yeah, but it's better than 0, you know? That's good. Like we said, they're a very emotional team. As soon as they start having those blunders, those clutches that go against them that really shouldn't be happening, that's when this team falls apart. They're recovering. That's what we wanted to see. This was very well played. Molotov to eradicate risk, decent flashbang, and actually working together to find the frags. Look at that split. That timing is very well done.
The other aspect of that is that we watched the flurry of action toward Catwalk and the jostle for position. Silently going about their business was, I believe, Crims and Disco Doppler, who walked up long during all of that. They just took advantage quietly of all the work going on elsewhere and took the map control they had. And you saw the second shot after Nico hit the one on Catwalk. That helped them a lot. So
we have a tactical timeout from Fnatic. We're changing things up again, Matt. Twist is going on the AWP this time. But we have a little tweet here. Here's our last hope. Sweden, ELEAGUE Major.
You know, I have to say, it seems very bizarre because Sweden is one of the absolute, no questions asked, dominant forces of Counter-Strike. NIP, in the most peculiar way, not here. And Fnatic and Godsent going back and forth with rosters all year have never really settled in. So yeah, this could be their weakest major showing ever.
It's true. We still have Godsent here.
It's true. They are here as well, but what do we expect? We're still in group stages. Neither of them are looking 100% on.
We have got an interesting setup here. This box isn't used as much as it was. In Source, this was a really favorable angle. Boosting AWPer up here, find the shot, but it's not as strong in CSGO, but we'll see whether it works out for them here. The short setup coming in. Looks like a B attack there. You can see long control coming in from Lau. That's a perfect time to bring up the minimap. So Lau, he's showing presence towards long. The CDs don't have vision of it as well, but they have got control of short. That's their reaction. They've given up long, but they've got short control. Crims alone towards B. But to be fair, has there been a problem before? They seem to give him 4 one-on-one situations, and Nico's gone down early, and they're going to have to commit towards B at this point. Crims, I think this is almost a perfect situation to be in. They're not going to be checking this. He'll get 1 kill, fall back, and we'll call for rotations.
Looks down, drops as well, hits the shot. No trade from the second player in the tunnels, but Dennis does manage to turn around, catch him off. Olaf gets to corner, and that Molotov doesn't spread far enough, so he's actually got good position if they think they're cleaned across. Thankfully, they smoke it off as well. The second Molotov, as always, will cover window. I thought he was just going to shoot. Why not? Timing, just take a chance. The crosshair placement was there. Bomb goes down, though. And they get the op to the window. Twist will watch backside. Molotov's going to clear that corner, so he knows anyone that's there would have shuffled out by now. Instead, goes for his up shot, and he hits it! No, it was Disco! I thought for sure he hit that on the way through. It wouldn't have quite been the simple op throw over the wall, but it would have been flashy nonetheless. And Fnatic, they pull back in. They're going to get map point. And mousesports, they may have gotten 2 in a row. But thankfully, they've got money left because they've got a problem. They've got to win out now 4 just to force overtime.
I'm sure we're going to see this from Disco's point of view, but his Twist just jumps in. I thought that shot here as well, but it is Disco that mows them all down. Here's his POV. So he's just backing them up. Nice work for him, to be fair. Like, Chris J, questionable position from him considering the smoke's down, and Lau smoked out. I'm going to assume the CT's through that smoke from outside the B tunnels as well, from outside the B bomb site. Can be a very effective smoke lockout. Any T's are patrolling that area. Loud has no choice but to run through, and now we do get down match points here. 15-11. Fnatic looking strong. We do have money available from mousesports. Fast play towards Shaw, but Olaf's waiting for them. But he's eviscerated at the start. Lau rips his head off, and now it's a 5-on-4. They will commit towards Shaw. Oh,
that's big. 4 HP for Lowell. Interesting lit off at almost
bomb
equal
down.
Skill total. Actually, I take that back. He's up to 12, so he stepped up tremendously. In those 2 rounds they did pick up, but bomb does go down, and it's Nico drop. Dennis is still inside of middle, which can be a pestering problem for them. Especially with Twist. Look at that nade! With Twist at the top of middle. Disco! He can dance at the disco because he's got 2 kills with a nade, and it's going to be Chris to pull back on Dennis, but it's Chris versus 3 for the game. He's got to pull this back. It's JDM-esque just to try and keep this alive.
They've taken their headsets off, Matt, and they've given up.
Headsets off.
I think they're believing.
Disbelief.
I think they're believing too much right now.
Chris is still holding the angle. Flames in front. He goes hunting, but I think he's spotted. Tries to fire through the wall to get any damage that he can. That's going to leave him susceptible and vulnerable to Crims. Peeks out, and it gets the 16th round. Fnatic will go 2-1. So the Swedish team we haven't seen much from. We didn't know what to expect. Disco coming in late. They're in the winner's side of things on this bracket.
Yeah, that was actually